Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. In this session, we are going to discuss the concepts we have shared with you in our previous session, in which we have shown you some practical things and very simple ones, means so that you have a fair idea of what is objects and or what are the properties, how the properties are used and how are these. And we will discuss also the methods and so these are the components of the object-oriented programming called OOP, right? So OOP is it is defined as a programming paradigm, right? And it is built on concepts of objects and what are the objects? It's maybe a set of data contained in fields and uh, and the code associated with that, indicating the procedures, etc. Right? So these all, so it is not a specific language, it's a paradigm, and it is being used in different languages like C sharp or C++ or um, name any language. So, so this concept is being used. ABAP in SAP, we are using the ABAP programming, right? So there also you create the classes, you create the objects, and the same concepts of the objects oriented language are being used in multiple platforms, right? Okay, so let's see what we have so far learned. And we started with just a test class, right? And we created a class, my class, right? Okay, so my class was created, and in which we uh, declared some properties. We created some properties, right? These are there's a range, and the get range is used to get the info and the result, whereas let range is used to assign the data in. So these are ins and outs of and some private variable, right? So is being used, right? And in a test module, in a separate module, we wrote a class test, and to show you that it is going to go to the purchase order header sheet, and there it is going to set uh, it's a dim instrument with a new class, right? And uh, then it is assigning a range of a set of cells, from the PO header. And when it is called, so it means it is going to the get scenario, right? So it is going the get property of the is going to be and the and when we are going to write something inside there, then you will of course use the let property, right? So this was the first thing, but the things we will get clear to you as we proceed on with the further working of conversion of our code from traditional logic-based programming to the class-based programming. So we went to the purchase order header in which we define all these things, right? So, and these are the elements of this class for the purchase header and the purchase order header and purchase order line items. So these were created, okay, and then we went to the purchase order form, and we started using the class, right? So how we did that is that as soon as we called some purchase order, this after update element, so this is also an object, right? And it has an associated code in it, right? And later we worked we started converting that thing into and using uh, the purchase order as a means purchase order header. We dimmed a variable, and that becomes a class template was applied to that subject, and when as soon as this is applied, so the properties are made available, uh, the variables and the elements of that class were available. So what is actually the object-oriented programming is that it is defined a programming paradigm. So yeah, it is not means it is available in all the languages. They use this concept, uh, say that they work on this objects, and uh, which is a set of data contained in the fields and the code and indicating procedures. So these are the procedures which which we use, and this is how it is done. Then let's talk about the object-oriented language. Right? So uh, this is for sure. There is importance of the syntax, you know. So it has to be rightly syntax in order to work out. So that syntax has to be, it is always that first of all the object will come, then a full stop is being said. So this is a syntax, right? As soon as you enter a syntax, period, a dot, then the properties windows will be shown to you, and you are going to select it. Okay, so these are actually uh, the syntax, and which makes the use of the objects and its components, right? So one component is purchase order number, for example. The other content come. So if we take the analogy, we draw the analogy of the objects. Is that let's take a human being, a man is an object, right? And what are the properties of that object? Is for the man is if the man is an object, then his name is its property. His name, his the language he speaks, and the country it belongs to, it's his education and his different information, his parent names and his surname and his address. These all are the properties, right? And what are the methods? The method is the objects have something method. The and a man is if a man is an object, then the method is that he can walk, he can talk, he can think, he can execute certain actions, and uh, he can think and he can decide. So these all are the methods, right? So the capabilities, the skill set are the methods, whereas the demographical information about him, the language he speaks, other information, his height, his weight, and all these things are the properties, right? Similarly, we have in an object, there are the properties and there are some methods we can use. For example, for a method, we can write a method in our this here that we say that we say this show, okay, show me, okay, okay, and then here we will write MSG box, and in this we write, for example, uh, anything, okay, uh, hello, okay. So this is a method, right? And this would appear as soon as you see it and you declare it, right? Yeah. If you execute it, it is going to stop in here, right? It is now set. And here you will say, for example, my class dot. As soon as you will see a method, a show me, yeah. This is a show me method which we have just created. The other the other thing, my range is the property, whereas show me is the method, right? And if we click it here and we execute it here, what would happen? It is going to execute it, right? It will say hello, right? So this is a method. It has happened. So similarly, there are properties. Properties you have been using that. My range is was the property, and the properties have further functions of the let and get, letter and getter, right? So this is that. So uh, the let's get back to the or object-oriented language advantages. What are the advantages of this object-oriented approach? What is the advantage? Why do we have to do this? So the foremost is that it's a reusability. The the more object-oriented is your program, the more usable content components are here and they can be used elsewhere because these are based with a paradigm of paradigm, right? So the class attributes can be passed down through the inheritance and eliminating the need to rewrite the code again and again. So no need to, as soon as you have applied the class to template on an object, all its properties and methods become available. So doing this, it prevents the problems associated with the repeated writing of the code. So thanks to this idea, right, uh, uh, the code section can be used as many times, and you can use it with the ease of use is there. You can repeatedly use it, and then if there are multiple classes, the child class has the inheritance as the human being has the inheritance from his uh, parents, right? the child classes on which the template is applied. So it has the inheritance method, it has all the methods and fields are made available to the child class. And one can readily means make the amendments in the mm, available classes, methods, and values. So this is the advantage. And we will talk more about, for example, the more advantages of the OOP is the the productivity. The productivity in your development experience, uh, it becomes more productive. You can do a lot of things, and also you can uh, make your task of troubleshooting much simpler when you are using this approach. Then uh, you are actually a, making your life easy in the upcoming tasks for troubleshooting and so. And also, you can using this, you can since the you have the objects, independent objects integrated together. So the reinforcement of the security is more efficiently made. It means you can implement the and reinforce the security easily. Uh, Assign the rights to different users, to different objects, as you can, the people who have worked in the SAP environment, SAP environment, yeah, uh, there are so many objects, and there's a mechanism that the basis people, they they assign the rights and permissions to the users and profiles. So makes very much simple for to reinforce the security. Mm, and the next is more advantages of repetition of the data is prevented. Um, you don't have to be the things, and since why to reinvent the wheel? Means when a thing is already done, so no need to do most of the things again and again. Similarly, uh, there is a the maintenance is also simplified. The maintenance of the of your code is more simplified. Yeah, any program language would benefit from having this whole capability, right? So since one can produce new objects and with just a few variation from old ones. So you can build entire new things using the existing thing, and it would work. So that is simplified as well. So, and the flexibility is that what it means. It is very, when you have the OOP in place in your development, then you have the uh, what you say, the flexibility as a value addition, uh, and you can the result means it's a flexible code. I mean, you can uh, change it easily. Right? Making the changes is amend modifications. These all are easy. So, at a simple example, so for example, so in a market, a person, for example, will act like a customer, and in a school, a person would act like a student. So this is similarly the uh, such flexibility can be used uh, for the objects when you uh, take one object which is actually done for one industry or application in a different industry, and just you if you have to customize it for some other environment. So due to object-oriented approach, it will make your amendments and changes uh, much flexibly and easily changeable, right? And uh, the you have some other design advantages when you work on the OOP, right? Significant development in software engineering uh, uh, in the object-oriented. So um, it promises to shorten the development during uh, and duration. Yeah, duration of the development. Otherwise, it would take a, a lot of time to conclude uh, a solution. So you and and time is the money, and time is where you have the competitive advantage. So the benefit of design is that we quickly come up with a desired solution and reduction of hazards, if any, yeah? And fix the things and error trapping and control the exceptions. And so all these things become very, very easily controllable. Okay, thank you very much for joining us, and we will come up with more ideas and value addition in the system. So do join us in our upcoming video. Thank you very much.